I'll just tell you, I never felt that Porsha was supportive of her being on Housewives.
Kenya is back in the conversation after an old clip resurfaced, and suddenly everything happening between Porsha and Shamea on the Real Housewives of Atlanta is being viewed from a completely different perspective. In the clip, Kenya questions whether Porsha ever wanted Shamea to become a full-time housewife. Kenya says she sees jealousy and even questions whether their friendship was built on convenience instead of genuine support.
I'll just tell you, I never felt that Porsha was supportive of her being on Housewives. They had asked Shamea to be on Housewives as a housewife years ago, and Shamea refused to do it or could not do it. I'm not really clear about the details, but in any event, she couldn't do it. She didn't do it. She did not accept the offer to be a housewife or to interview to be a housewife. And I remember a specific conversation being filmed where Shamea brought up something. Maybe it was her wedding. Maybe it was Porsha not being supportive of her. But I remember Porsha saying something to the effect of, why are you doing this? Why are you over here? Why are you doing this? Do you need the money that bad? And I think Shamea was like shocked, like, what, where's she going with this? And the gist of the conversation was, can't you just let me have this and you go over and do what you need to do? But this is my platform. You need to go and either be my support system or go away. That was the gist of the conversation. Now, I've been on that show, was on that show, still am, still employed, not on the show currently, but for 12 years, I've seen and heard a lot. I've never lied on anybody. Never. Like, never. Y'all know that. I just remember thinking, is that a friendship or a relationship of convenience? Because a friendship, you cheer your friends on no matter what. And I just remember this saying that Oprah said before, like, if you have a friend that even shows you a hint of them not wanting you to succeed or climb the rung in a ladder, they are not your friend. I strongly believe that. If I don't have a girlfriend that's on the sidelines of me like, go girl, you better do that. What can I do for you? I'm going to call the producers. I'm going to call the network. I'm going to do everything I can. I need you by my side. I've done that before for a friend of mine, to the point where I'm putting my own job in jeopardy because I'm like, y'all should look at this girl. She is dynamic. She's beautiful. She is a housewife. She is the one you're looking for, and you're overlooking her and going so far out of my way. People were like, what is going on? What is the situation with you and this friend? Because she was somebody I truly cared about. She's my friend, and I believe she would be good in that role. However, that's not what I see with Shamea and Porsha. What I see is good in that role. However, that's not what I see with Shamea and Porsha. What I see is jealousy. What I see is somebody putting their foot on somebody's neck and saying, you stay down there. I want to be the queen of this. You go find your own thing, which is basically what she said. I mean, I think we already know what that is. It's not a friend. Anyways, no friend I would want.
Told a lot of lies last year. You did, and I let them land. Even down to the fact of you saying to Andy, oh, didn't I always want her to be a part of the friend group?
Andy, have I always wanted Shamea to be on the show as a housewife?
Yes.
Yes.
You and I both know we sat down and had a whole conversation about being a part of this friend group. And you said, Shamea, you sing, you dance, you act, you got the hawks, all this stuff. You said this was your thing. This is your friend group. I'll bring you on as my friend on the show. But no, I think it might mess up our friendship if you actually come on as a full-time housewife. That's what you said.
Why are you
so
lying?
I've always held on to that. Why would I lie? Why would I lie about that? That's what you said.
I don't have a reason to lie.
But you do,
So that's
Porsha.
what I'm trying to figure out.
But
Why are
you
you still doing it? You're here with these girls and you're doing the same thing.
No, I'm not.
I don't even know why.
No, what I am going to do though is speak up.
What makes this clip so interesting is that Kenya said these things long before the current fallout between Porsha and Shamea. That timing changes everything, because this isn't someone reacting after the friendship ended. Kenya was already pointing out what she believed were warning signs before viewers watched the relationship completely unravel. Looking back, there have been several moments that now seem much more significant. One of the biggest issues is Shamea's claim that Porsha only wanted her to remain a friend of the show instead of becoming a full-time cast member. At first, that sounded hard to believe because they always presented themselves as lifelong friends. But Kenya's resurfaced comments make that accusation feel much more believable. If Kenya noticed this years ago, then maybe there really was more happening behind the scenes than viewers realized. The conversation also brings up other moments from the past. Questions have been raised about how Porsha handled situations involving Shamea during earlier seasons, whether she consistently supported her, and even the controversy surrounding Shamea's wedding after Porsha said she couldn't travel, but later had her own destination wedding. Kandi's reported support for Shamea becoming a housewife also adds another layer to the story. If Shamea had support from other people connected to the show, then it's understandable why questions continue to be asked about whether Porsha truly wanted her sharing the same spotlight.
Of course, reality television has ended plenty of friendships. The Real Housewives of Atlanta has shown over the years that fame, cameras, and constant conflict can change even the closest relationships.
But Kenya wasn't simply saying reality TV destroys friendships. She was suggesting that Porsha may never have wanted Shamea standing beside her as an equal from the beginning. Now that Shamea is finally a full-time housewife, the focus has shifted away from celebrating that achievement and toward examining everything that happened before she got there. That says a lot, because it shows people are trying to understand whether this friendship was ever built on mutual support. Whether Kenya was completely right or not, this resurfaced clip has reignited one of the biggest debates surrounding the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Instead of only focusing on the latest drama, people are now looking back over years of interactions and asking whether the signs were there all along. If that's true, then this friendship may have been falling apart long before anyone realized it.